How is everybody doing? Alrighty then. So today we are beginning with the news. Man, I hope PlayStation does this. PS5 users are begging for Teams. PS1 startup screen to stay. Sony, please. And man, I hope PlayStation listens to fans and let the Teams stay permanent, or at least do Teams for the PS5, because one of the most fun things in the PS4 was the amount of teams that you could do in the PS4. There are so many in the PS4 that were so good, or Spider-Man, Uncharted, Horizon. There were The Witcher also had good ones. You could do and they can do so many things, so many different teams for the PS5, and this just shows they can do it. They just don't, for some stupid reason. But just in case you haven't seen it yourself, Sony released a PlayStation 30th anniversary update for the PS5 this week, which added themes based on past consoles and a full-on recreation of the iconic PS1 startup screen. Players are greeted with said screen upon powering up their PS5, but there's a catch. Both the themes and the boot screen are only available for a limited time. It's the thing. The boot up screen being a limited time, I kind of understand, but the teams, they can let the teams stay. There's no reason to remove the teams. We expected there to be a backlash, and guess what? It's happening. Social media sites and Reddit are absolutely packed with fans who want the teams and startup screen to remain beyond the anniversary celebrations. Case in point, we hosted a poll right here on Push Square, asking readers whether they'd like to keep the PS1 startup given a choice. An utterly overwhelming 96% of voters said they'd love to keep it, with only 4% saying they prefer the PS5 regular boot screen. Almost 3,000 votes have been cast at the time of the writing of this article. Man, it's like I said, the startup I kind of understand, but just leave it as an option. That's all you have to do. People that want it can keep it. People that don't want it, just turn it off. It's as simple as that. Honestly, it'd be a shame to see these nostalgia-driven editions fade away, never to return. It would be nice to have the option of keeping them around, at least. Sadly, without that, Sony will change its stance. Although stranger things have happened. Do you see any real reason not to keep the teams and PS1 startup screen? Try to reason with the Japanese giant in the comment section below. There's absolutely zero reason to not keep this permanently, and I agree. Just, man, if PlayStation likes to put in their videos for the players, then do this for the players. Just maintain your promise for the players. Just leave this as an option. People that want it can activate it. Those that don't want it, turn it off. Having more options is always a good thing. I really am against these limited time things that it's not just Sony that does, but other things do as well. I don't like it. Just let it stay. And talking about Sony acquisition target FromSoft has multiple projects in production across a variety of genres. Man, people are speculating so much about the Bloodborne remake or remastered. Let's see if it happens. It's business as usual at developer FromSoft, while Sony sniffs around parent company Kadokawa at the PS Partner Awards in Tokyo overnight, where Elden Ring Shadow of the Air 3 won the Grand Award. President Hidetaka Miyazaki revealed his studio is working on a number of new titles. This is what he said. We have multiple projects in the works across a variety of genres, he said, as reported by the Game Watch and translated by Gematsu. There are titles directed by me as well as titles directed by those other than myself. In that regard, I think we'll be able to show you a news from software in a variety of ways, so please look forward to it. Of course, prior to finding global success with the Souls games, FromSoft always developed a spectrum of experiences. It initially achieved fame with the first-person dungeon crawler series King's Field on PS1, but also released titles like The Adventures of Cookie and Cream on PS2. Man, I never heard of those games. Last year it made a new entry in its long-running mech combat franchise, Armored Core, giving that both R3 and aforementioned Fires of Rubicon released relatively recently. We are not expecting any imminent announcements from the studio, but when it is eventually ready to share some news, what are you expecting? What are you specifically hoping to see? This is the thing, I've said it before, I'm not a big fan of the Souls-like games. They are just not for me. I'm not good at them. I'm not even trying. There's no point. But I know people want a remake of Bloodborne, and Sony did a 30th anniversary video showing their multiple games throughout the years, and the video ends with a shot of Bloodborne, and people are already speculating that, oh my god, Bloodborne announcement is coming. And if Sony does buy FromSoft, there's no reason for them not to do it. That's just the thing. If they buy FromSoft, they own the company, they own the IP. Just do it. Fans are begging for it, and as you say in your videos, for the players, then do it for the players. And talking about PlayStation boss Herman Hult's AI won't replace the human touch in game development. Will be about finding a balance, and I kind of understand that. I don't think AI will fully replace humans in game development, but it will help in some cases. Herman Hulst, co-CEO of PlayStation, has commented on the rise of AI technology and how it might affect game development in the future. Hulst, who primarily looks after the platform older software business, spoke to the BBC saying that AI could revolutionize gaming, but that it will never replace the human touch of game development. I suspect there will be a dual demand in gaming, one for AI-driven innovative experiences and another for handcrafted, thoughtful content, Hulst said. Striking the right balance between leveraging AI and preserving the human touch will be crucial, he added. I agree. Various leaders in the industry have passed comment on the implementation of AI within the production of games. Most say that the technology could benefit teams by alleviating time-consuming tasks, allowing them to be more efficient. And that's my point. However, others have raised concerns that AI could be used to replace certain jobs altogether. Those in creative disciplines like concept artists, writers and actors are potentially at risk of generative AI tools fulfilling their roles. While he doesn't dismiss AI entirely, Hulst's words are encouraging. He tells the BBC that there will always be a future for human developers. Here's the thing, AI replacing voice actors for NPCs and things like that, I could see it, but for main characters in a game, I don't see that happening. But I might be wrong. And for writers, it's the thing. They can make, for example, have AI write side quests and things like that, and then have real writers write the main story and the world and all of that, and the world building and all of that. I think AI can help in some cases, but they have to be careful in how they use it, so they don't start to be how do I say it? They don't start to being what's the word I'm looking for? Dependent on the AI, if that makes sense, if that is making sense. But I think it can help in some cases, so we will see how they do it. And to end in a bit of let's see what happens. This is on Game Rant. CD Projekt Red's multiplayer Witcher game could be a live service game, and man, I'm so sick and tired of live service games. CD Projekt Red's The Witcher multiplayer game, named Project Sirius, could end up being a live service game, which will be a first for the fantasy franchise. A recent job listing for the Molasses Flood indicates the team is looking for a professional with experience working on live service models, which may hint at a new frontier for The Witcher. The Molasses Flood is a Boston-based developer that CDPR acquired in late 2021, and the studio is currently helming the upcoming multiplayer. The main Witcher video game series began back in 2007, followed by the Assassins of Kings sequel in 2011 and Wild Hunt in 2015. A senior CDPR official recently stated that The Witcher 4 will be better, bigger and greater, and I hope they keep that promise. Just don't do a launch like Cyberpunk, then its predecessor, the popular Cyberpunk 2077. The next main installment, codenamed Project Polaris, was recently confirmed to be in full-scale production, but the title is thought to be several years away from launch. I only see it launching for the PS6, if I'm gonna be honest. Posted by CDPR, a job listing seeking a design director to join the Molasses Flood recently surfaced, noting that the individual would be working on Project Sirius. The qualifications required for the role specify a minimum of 5 years working as a lead designer or design director, preferably on a AAA action title or multiplayer title with live ops component, and broad experience in the realm of third-person action multiplayer or live operations. CDPR clarified that the Witcher Project series will be reformulated to focus on multiplayer elements last year, following the developer's 2022 game reveal alongside other spin-offs. However, this job ad could be a subtle sign that the project may incorporate live service features. Another Witcher multiplayer job ad posted earlier in 2024 suggested the upcoming title would have a character class system after the listing was leaked online. The ad also fortified the project's multiplayer details, suggesting Project Sirius will be implemented both PvP and PvE gameplay. As with many in-development titles being kept under the radar, job listing provides indicators as to the direction in which certain titles are heading gameplay-wise. However, these hints don't always come to fruition. And yes, that is true. Keeping in theme with CDPR's expansion of its signature IP, The Witcher multiplayer could take inspiration from Concord's episodic release, despite the recent shutdown of Firewalk Studio shooter. Man, no, there's nothing in Concord to be inspired by. Nothing. Weekly lore drops could be an option for the multiplayer's potential live service model, which would be a solid way to drip feed the rich lore and in-world events taking place across the continent. The multiplayer path is already a fantastic evolution for the franchise, and live service features would expand the IP tenfold. Are you really saying that, Game Rant? That multiplayer and live service features would expand the IP tenfold? We have been seeing failure after failure with live service games, and you are saying, oh right, live service is a great option for The Witcher. It would be very wow, yeah, of course, that worked very good for Concord, didn't it? Worked very good for Suicide Squad, didn't it? It's like, oh my freaking god. I don't think The Witcher should remain a single player game. I don't think it needs a multiplayer game, and even less a live service one, but I think until we see what they have, there's not much to speculate what they could do or not do. At least if they are gonna do this, I just hope it's good. That's all I'm hoping. But saying that live service features would expand the IP, shut the hell up. Tell me a game that was better because it has live service features. Please, tell me one. There is none. But I guess we have to wait and see. Well guys, let me know what you think of a Witcher game live service in the works, supposedly. Let me know if you are excited about it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.